Good afternoon, family. Hey, it's your brother, Coach G Hightower, coming in on this awesome Wednesday afternoon. And I want to ask you a question today. Is it possible that you are sabotaging good love relationships? Is it possible that the dating pool that you're looking at, which today a lot of people are saying the dating pool has pee in it, is it possible that you're looking at the wrong pools? Is it possible that maybe you need to shift your location? Or is it possible that you just maybe need a transformation mentally, emotionally, that maybe there's some healing in the soul that needs to take place prior to you connecting with your soulmate? Just a question, a few questions today that you might want to consider. Because if we say that the dating pool has pee in it, and we know that we live in a big, huge world, even though the internet has made the world much smaller to some degree, but we live in a big, huge world. I mean, consider the millions and millions of people that you've never met. Consider them, even for those of us who have traveled and been blessed to travel in various places around the country or around the world. Consider the millions of people that you've yet to meet. Consider the many cities you've yet to travel to. Consider the many towns and cities and different organizations that you've yet to connect with, right? And somehow, some way, our vision has just become a bit skewed. Those of us who are single and desiring love, we have to have an upgrade in our thinking. But I'm going to share with you today, family. We're just going to look at this. We want to chop it up. I certainly don't have all the answers, but I do want to bless you with a little bit of insight. So maybe we can look through a different lens, looking at relationships. Blessings to you, my brother, Apostle Stephen. Good to see you. Because listen, family, here's the reality. For those of us who believe in God, those of us who are faith-based, those of us who are born again, I want you to just consider, and even those of you that maybe you're not born again at all. You don't believe in the Christian faith, but you do know that there is a higher power, and you do at least believe in something far greater than yourself. Okay. So if we can all just get on one accord, get on that page together. Now, let's consider this, that the God that we serve, he is a God he has immeasurable amounts of favor, listen, the opportunities that he provides for us are endless. In fact, one of his divine names is El Shaddai, the God of more than enough. So if we know that we serve the God of more than enough, the question of the day is, does the dating pool have pee? Or is it just me? That's the question we have to ask ourselves, family, because the reality is that there is enough. There are enough opportunities that are available to us if we are open to those opportunities. All right. So I just want to give us another level of thought today as we get ready to get into this conversation. And you all, please excuse me. I'm going to make sure that these phones are turned off. I'm telling you, it never fails. It's like clockwork. Phones can be silent for an hour, 2 hours, but the moment that you go live, somebody is going to call you or text you. It's like clockwork. For some of y'all that don't get enough phone calls, just start going live and your phone will start ringing. People will start texting you. All right. So listen, we're going to get into it in just a second here. I'm going to make sure that we don't have any distractions, any disturbances. Let me introduce myself. For those of you that are here, good afternoon. Blessings, Ariel. For those of you that do not know me at all, I am G Hightower, affectionately known as Coach G, Dr. G, Pastor G, whatever, Uncle G. But I am the CEO of Real Love Nation. Real Love Nation is a relationship development, premarital consulting, and divorce recovery firm. I bring you almost 20 years of pastoral counseling experience. So I'm not new to this. I'm real true to this. Passionate about the mission of building healthy love relationships. It's a long story how I got here and started serving in this capacity. We won't share that story today, but maybe we'll share it on Saturday. Listen, this coming Saturday, family, this coming Saturday, I have a phenomenal life-changing class. The class is entitled What's Stopping You from Loving Again? And listen, I got to make this announcement. We were just planning to do this class this Saturday alone, just a one-day session this Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. However, this awesome couple that I have coming, this awesome married couple that you've got to hear their story and listen to the awesome instructions that they give us, that they're going to be providing for us, along with myself, the awesome love nuggets that they're going to be providing for us, sharing with us the practical steps that must be taken in order to position yourself for marriage, in order to position yourself, ladies and gentlemen, for a healthy opportunity, an opportunity for a healthy love relationship. Because many of us, we say we want love, but we haven't really positioned ourselves for love. We say we want a relationship, but we haven't positioned ourselves to actually have real connection. We have not intentionally positioned ourselves for good, healthy social activity, social interactions. Listen, a lot of y'all, your whole life consists of work, church, and home, work, church, and home, work, church. Oh, I got to take my kids here, take the kids there, and then back home. And that's your whole life. And you haven't done anything. Especially those of you that haven't been on a date in 5 years, 10 years. I even know one person who hasn't dated at all in 20 years. And this awesome woman says, Dr. G, I do want to be married. Well, hamburger. If you never go out on a date, it's going to be difficult for you to be found by your mate. How's your mate going to find you? Is he supposed to find you somewhere in the frozen food section? Is he supposed to find you at the deli, at Whole Foods? Oh my God. Come on, brothers. We're guilty too. Now, men are not as guilty. Now, ladies, I know y'all think I'm being partial, but I'm not. Men are not as guilty because we are wired as men to be hunters. Blessings, Iris. I see you. Taimika, good to see you. Listen, we're wired as men. We're hunters. So pretty much, even for the men who are a bit shy, men who are not super comfortable with approaching women, men who may be struggling a little bit with the fear of rejection, and that's a real fear. Ladies, you know what that is because you have it too. Listen, even men who have those challenges, some men don't at all. In fact, most men don't. I don't personally. I'm very comfortable around women. I enjoy being in the company of women, and I find it very easy to strike up conversations and have good, wholesome conversations beyond the salad bar level, right? So I'm very comfortable with that, but not all men are. And so with that said, ladies, the question is, for you as well as for the men, then what are you doing to position yourself for good social interactions? Because if you are not changing anything that you do, then you won't have any changed outcomes. Your results will be the same. You'll be looking at the end of 2024 and still be single as a jaybird, not having gone out on a date, not having done anything to get attracted to your mate or be found by your mate. All right? Listen. Let's address this issue of the dating pool has pee in it. You all please go ahead and share. Boom, drop some names in the comment section, family. You all know that essentially tags people and brings people into the broadcast. So listen, let me chop it up with you on this. To even say those words or to post those words, to write those words or text those words to your friend, and it's just a private joke between you and your friend. But listen, I need you to understand, family, if your desire is to be married, if your desire is to be in a healthy relationship that prayerfully, watch this, Ariel, that's prayerfully moving toward marriage, if that's your desire, then your words have to frame your world. Here's the problem with many of us. Y'all keep saying the dating pool has pee in it, or these men ain't no good, or these women ain't no good. You keep saying that. And guess what? You're manifesting the very thing that you don't want. Because the power of your words will bring to you whatsoever you are saying most often. The old Chinese proverb is the man or the woman who says they can, and the man and the woman that says they cannot. Both are correct. Let's put that in a relationship context. The man and the woman that says real love still exists. Shout out to you, brother, Coach G. Real love, hashtag real love still exists. To the man and the woman that says real love is possible. And to the man and the woman that says, I don't believe in real love or real love is not possible. Not in today's times. You can't trust these people out here. So both people are correct. So my question is to you. My question for you is, do you believe in real love? All right. If you do believe in real love, I want to see if I can at least get 8 people to drop in the chat today. Just drop 2 words in the chat for me. Real love, real love, real love. I personally, I created the hashtag. Real love still exists. I created that hashtag. Listen, because I firmly believe in it. I believe in it with all my heart and soul. And listen, I don't come from a fantabulous family background with husband and wife, my mom and dad. No, my parents got divorced at a very young age. All right. And I saw a lot of terrible things that a young boy should have never witnessed. I've been through some things that a young boy should have never been through. All right. But through it all and despite it all, I believe in real love. Come on. Bless you, Kanisha. Good to see you. So, Marilyn, listen, let me share this thought, family, as we get into this topic today, because I'm going to drop some love nuggets in a minute, and y'all are going to be on fire, because when I help you to see how things can literally shift, how the quote unquote dating pool, or however you want to phrase it, how your relationship opportunities can significantly increase. I'm going to share with you in just a couple of minutes the things that need to take place. All right, here we go. But firstly, let me share this thought. You must eliminate the word curses and the thoughts that fill your mind that you are a product of your environment, or you attract based on the person that you are. Those things are not true. First of all, to some degree, we are products of our environment, but what's also true is we have the power to change and evolve and grow beyond our environment and beyond our upbringing. How many fantastic people do you know that are nothing like their family? Don't look nothing. You would never be able to tell that they grew up in a certain neighborhood or grew up with a certain type of family. You would never know that because of the work they've done on themselves to evolve and to grow and to be a better person, right? One of the greatest compliments that's ever paid to me are from people that know my parents, that know my mom and dad, and know that both of them have a hot head. Both of them have hot tempers. And my mom is saved, and she's a minister now. Still got a hot temper. Hot as a firecracker. But both of my parents had hot tempers. And one of the greatest compliments that is ever paid to me are from people that know of my family and says, wow, G, I am so proud of you. It is amazing to see the young man that you've become. It's amazing to see what you've accomplished, because your mom and dad, they're great people, but they're special. They both cray for real. I mean, cray for real. So listen, great day. Good to see you, Denise, Arlene. Good to see you. So now listen. So you don't have to be like what you've grown up and what you've experienced, nor do you have to be like the person, your experiences from the past. So there's this old saying that says, you attract based on the person that you are. And if broken people are always attracted to you, that means you're broken. That's not true. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Jesus was a perfect man, lived 33 and a half years on this planet and never, ever committed sin. He lived a sinless, perfect life. And guess what? Horrible people were attracted to him, which is why the Pharisees and the Sadducees said, oh, he must be a drunkard. Oh, he must be a crackhead, because look, all the crackheads hanging around. How come all the crackheads hanging around Jesus? How come all the drunks and the winos hanging around Jesus? Yeah, he must be a drunkard or a crack dealer. He must be dealing that crack. Yeah, that Jerusalem crack. No, and Jesus wasn't. Come on, listen, he wasn't a pimp, player, hustler. He wasn't a crackhead. Chandrell, good to see you. So listen, just because you have broken people attracted to you, or people trying to holler, people trying to come and wanting to have your time, it doesn't mean that that's who you are. I want to give you a word of encouragement. You've become a great person and you're yet evolving, becoming an even greater person. And people are attracted to the greatness that's inside of you. And what's amazing is, guess what, Iris? Guess what, Arlene? Oftentimes, people can see greatness in you that you haven't even identified for yourself yet. You haven't even understood the fullness of what you carry. You haven't even understood the great person that you are. You're just thinking, this is just me. This is just what I do. I love helping people. I love serving. I love giving. I love just doing nice things for people. It makes my day. But guess what, Kanisha? There are people who see the greatness in you, even if you don't see it in yourself. All right. I've always known, and listen, this is why I can't let my head ever let my head get puffed up and thinking that I'm more than what I really am. Because I really understand when I travel, when I go places, when women are coming at me, I realize that, I'm a decent looking fella, but I realize it's the grace of God on my life. It's the anointing of God on my life that's so wonderfully attractive. And so when women are just fawning and enamored, it's usually because, wow, he's so uniquely gifted. He's so anointed. Oh, wow, he's so funny. It's those things. It's not so like, oh my God, he's gorgeous, child. Oh, I love that little brown swagger man from the South Central, from the hood. I mean, I'm a decent looking cat. You know what I mean? I think I'm a decent looking cat, but I ain't Morris Chestnut or Shamar Moore. And I don't have their money yet. I'm on my way though. Praise God. Talena, good to see you. So what is it? I've spent a significant amount of time with Bishop Noel Jones. I've heard women say like, oh, he's not that, da, 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 da. But the grace that's on Bishop, first of all, he's a very classy man, and he's one of the most brilliant men in the entire world. I've been to his home. He has over 4,000 books in his library. I'm like, Bishop, hamburger, did you read all of these books? Well, I've perused most of them, and quite a few of them. I've read it from front to back, from cover to cover, and perhaps even several times. I'm like, hamburger, Bishop. Your brain, you should be walking around with a head looking like Brainiac. You should just be, there should be a person to escort your whole brain as you walk through He's just brilliant. My point is that so many incredible women are attracted to him because of his brilliance, because of how classy he is, how he carries himself. And it's not so much, as he would say, it's not so much about one's outward pulchritude, but it's about one's intestinal fortitude. It's about your character. It's about the grace of God that's on your life. Amen. And it certainly doesn't help to have some money. I feel you on this, Miss Arlene. Yes, indeed. You allow all of them to engage you, everyone that approach you interested in a relationship. Yeah, come on, Miss Arlene, say that. Because guess what, ladies? Sometimes we just want to say hi. Sometimes we just want to do something nice for you, like open your door. If a man is wants to pump your gas at the gas station, he ain't always trying to holler. Sometimes a man just wants to pump your gas because he sees you dressed so beautifully. He don't want you to spill no gas on your hands. And a woman shouldn't have to pump her gas anyway. All right, that's real. Women who doesn't have a man, who doesn't have a husband, well, that's just going to be what she has to do. But for the most part, we as men, we don't like to see a woman pumping her own gas. All right, especially a woman who's well put together. She's dressed well, dressed really professionally. She's at work, on her way to work, whatever. Especially if she's going out, you don't want to see that sister pumping her gas. Sometimes, ladies, we just want to help you. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get into the love nuggets. So 3 quick things, family, that's helping us or that's hurting us. 3 quick things that are hurting us and preventing us from having a good perspective on healthy love relationships. Number 1, pain from your past. Somebody drop that in the chat for me. Pain from your past. All right. Soul wounds of the past will always cause you to have a really a very cynical mindset and a very pessimistic outlook on relationships in general and the possibilities of having real love in your life. All right. Anything, any type of trauma. Some of us are suffering from relationship PTSD. Y'all just need to be honest about that. Some of us are just suffering from relationship PTSD. You've been traumatized based on a past relationship. Yeah. And just be honest about that. And stop saying the words out of your mouth that, oh, the dating pool has pee in it. Oh, there ain't no men out here. I wish the men would become real men. Ladies, I'm going to address that in a minute because some of y'all don't even realize that a man who's looking at you from afar. Listen, Marilyn, can I tell you, Arlene, Miss Kanisha, can I tell you that men, we study you from afar before we ever approach you? I'm talking about men who are intentional. I'm talking about men of godly character. We study you from afar before we ever approach. We don't just see your picture like, oh, she fine. Let me send her a DM. We check you out. We scroll down your Facebook posts, your Instagram. Boom. We check out your socials. We look and see the kind of things you're writing. We look and see the things you're commenting on. We look at all that stuff before we ever slide up in that DM or try to approach you and have a conversation. We watch you from afar. All right. I want to see, watch this, Chandrell. I want to see how you respond to certain things because based on how you're conversing with others most often, that's how you're going to converse with me as well. And so that's why it's important, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to say this for both of us, men and women, be careful as you're going through the vetting process, connecting with people. Be careful. If that man is talking negatively about his ex or about the mother of his children, ladies, please understand that's a red flag. If that man is cussing her out or talking nasty about her, constantly got so many negative things to say about her, ladies, please consider that a red flag. Brothers, you already know what time it is. If she's talking about the father of her child or the father of her children negatively, always got so many negative things to say, please consider that a red flag. Because however they are talking about their ex is how they will ultimately talk about you. All right. Please do not consider yourself on some pseudo plateau that, oh no, she would never talk like that about me. Well, how do you know she won't talk like, well, she actually told me. Yes. She, she told me that she would never talk about me like that. And next thing you know, you a low down dirty ninja. All it takes is one disagreement. Everything is wonderful at first. Come on. Everything is enjoyable about the relationship at first because guess what? It's exciting. Bless you, Pamela. Good to see you. Listen, can I tell you, y'all? Listen, it is wonderful to have new love. There's all of these beautiful euphoric feelings that happen on the inside of us. Oh my God, it's so exciting. Listen, and we coming up to Real Love Day, y'all. Better known as Valentine's Day. We're coming up. Hey, Shanika, good to see you. What's up, Jay? I see you, bro. Good to see you. Blessings on you. Brandon, what's up, bro? Good to see you. Listen, we're coming up to Valentine's Day, Real Love Day, as I like to call it. And listen, everybody's going to be excited. There's candy, there's flowers, there's cars, there's presents, and all these wonderful things, and all kind of things that people just are buzzing about during quote unquote love month. But here's the reality. Hey, Dr. Nabia, good to see you. But now here's the reality, family. The reality is that once we get past the initial phase of the relationship, the dating phase, somebody drop this in the chat for me. Dating is for discovery. Nothing more, nothing less. Dating is for discovery. Dating is for discovery. Listen, dating is not for mating. Dating is not for having sex. Dating is not for moving in together. Dating ain't for getting a bank account together. None of that. Dating is not for none of that. Dating is simply for discovery. Our goal, Pamela, our goal, Shanika, Miss Kanisha, is to discover if this man or this woman is a good fit for me. Now, one of the things that we'll be talking about in our class, family, this coming Saturday, I'm going to give you a formula, all right, that's going to really help you identify if this person is a good fit for me. All you got to do is look at this formula that I'm going to give you this coming Saturday in our class. And every person that you talk to, every person that you go out with, you'll say, let me see, does it fit the description? All right. It's very easy for me. Listen, I'm born and raised in Hollywood, y'all. So I've seen all the beautiful women, and I've been blessed to date and interact and be friends with some incredibly beautiful women. But when I look at that woman on the inside, forget about everything going on the outside. When I look at the woman that she is on the inside, all I got to do is boom, boom, boom. Look at my vision for love and say, wow, does she fit the description? Does she fit the description of the woman that I've prayed for and that I'm believing God for? And watch this, ladies. I don't have a 12-item list. I don't have all that. Mine is very simple and very short. Very simple and very short, as it is for most men. We ain't got 28 items. Let's see. Well, let me do a thorough evaluation. Okay, on my checklist. So let's see. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we'll check 1, check 2. Okay. Check 16, check 19 and 20. You know, most of us, man, we ain't got that. Ladies, y'all, on the other hand, hamburger. Listen, one of my distant mentors who I love, and I've been studying her for many, many years, Dr. Susan Jeffers, certified psychologist. And Dr. Susan Jeffers published in her book over 30 years ago. And she said one of the number one things she had 16 items 16 issues that she said for women is preventing women from having healthy relationships with men. And one of the things that she said, she listed several things in chapter 6 of her book, which is entitled Opening Our Hearts to Men. In chapter 6 of her book, Dr. Susan Jeffers says, he would be crazy to open up to you. And she notes this as a barrier to intimate relationships. And one of the things that she says, number one, in chapter 6, she says, our expectations as women are unrealistic. Woo, my God in heaven. Hamburger. Dr. Susan Jeffers, PhD in psychology. She published this over 30 years ago, y'all. Over 30 years ago. She said, for women, our number one hindrance, our number one barrier to having healthy relationships with men, and even the men that we're married to and the men we love, she said, our expectations are unrealistic. Oh my God. Bless you, Terry. So let's go back. Let's reel it back and let's talk about the dating process. So the dating process should all be about discovery. The formula that I'm going to share with you in this awesome class that we have coming this Saturday, What's Stopping You from Loving Again? The formula that I'm going to give you, family, I call it COP, compatibility of purpose. All right. When you look at this formula that I provide for you in our class Saturday, COP, compatibility of formula, I outline for you 7 different things that you have to look at. And this is going to help you fit the description of the man who has the potential to be the one. All right. You don't know, ladies, on day 1 or date 1 if he's the one yet. Maybe not even after date 3 or 4. But as you get to know this man over time, and it will not take a long time, ladies, if you are prayerful and discerning, and you follow this formula, it will not take you a long time to figure out, does this man fit the description of my purpose partner? My God in heaven. Does this man fit the description of the man who's qualified, who's capable, who is equipped by God to serve as my covering? Come on, brothers, I got your back. I'm an equal opportunity preacher. I got you, brothers. Listen, when you follow this formula that I'm going to provide for you, brothers, it's going to get you way past physical attraction. Listen, all of us want to be married to somebody that we are physically attracted to. Nobody wants to wake up in the morning to a booger wolf, right? Hey, Michelle Reyes, good to see you. Crystal, good to see you. Crystal Calhoun said, it's P. It ain't me, Dr. G. Listen, Kanisha, you said you need the formula. Listen, I'm ready to give it to y'all. Listen, it's going to be this Saturday. And listen, I'm going to do this something incredible. Listen, so we were just planning to do a one-day class this coming Saturday, which is 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. All right. Listen. as I talk to the awesome couple that's going to be joining us. We've got so much we want to pour into you. We're going to do 2 days. We're going to do Saturday night at 8, and we're going to do Sunday night at 8. Now, listen, the class is only $57, y'all. All right. But you know what? That's going to be y'all's early bird special. All right. Tomorrow is going up. All right. My sister is here and here, Miss Timeka Chambliss. She's gonna create a post for me, a flyer, and I'm gonna put it up. Listen, after today, the class is going up to $97 because I'm just giving way too much information, way too much incredible, life-changing content to give $57, especially now that my dear sister and her husband are gonna come and give us 2 days. So we're going to do Saturday night at 8, and we're going to do Sunday night at 8. Because we were going through and we're like, oh, we got to streamline it. We got to streamline. Okay. No, we need to cover this. We need to cover that. Well, no, we got to cover that too. Well, we can't cover this without covering that. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's just go ahead and make it 2 days. So we're going to make it 2 days, Saturday night at 8 and Sunday night at 8. All right. If you're in the central time zone, that's 7 p.m. If you're on the West Coast, that's 5 p.m. All right. 2 nights. So today is the last day that you can pay for this class for $57. All right. Listen, all the information is right there across the screen. Bam. You can go to Venmo or Cash App. Boom. My calendar link is there. So you'll see the class, What's Stopping You from Loving Again. If you go through my calendar link, it'll take you to PayPal. All right. Ixnay on the PayPal. PayPal is whack. I can't stand them. They always put holds on my money, and it's frustrating as heck to deal with PayPal. Which is why I'm upgrading my systems, because my calendar link, which I love, it's such a good system. I've had it for 2 years now, but I got to get a different system that gives you more opportunities to be able to register for classes, sessions, and so on and so forth. All right. So, hey, Dr. Felicia, good to see you. There is the faith pusher in the building. All right. So listen. Yes, absolutely, Crystal. Discernment is key. Absolutely. All right. So now watch this. So this formula that I'm providing for you, again, COP, compatibility of purpose, family. What happens is that many of us, we have not died. Watch this, Arlene, Crystal, Miss Kanisha. This is going to bless you right here. My brother, Stephen, watch this, Apostle. We have not died to our preferences. And this is why we keep missing or delaying the arrival of our purpose partner. It's very difficult to connect with your purpose partner or your soulmate if you still have soul wounds from the past or soul ties to your ex. Some of us, we just haven't been honest. We still have a soul tie with the mother of my child, the father of my child. We still got soul ties with them. And just because you haven't slept with them in 2 years, 3 years, or whatever, doesn't mean that you don't have a soul tie. Because remember, beloved, the soul consists of your mind, your will, and your emotions. So you can have a strong soul tie with somebody that you've never been sexual with, that you've never even held hands or kissed. All right. Gree. Yes, there will be a replay. The classes are on Zoom. So if you can't make it on Sunday, or if you can't make it on Saturday, if you can't make it either day, boom, when you register for the class, boom, you'll send me your email, and then we'll send the Zoom link out to you so you can watch it at your leisure. You'll be able to watch it whenever you like. All right. Terry, I think I saw an email or a text from you, Miss Terry. If you didn't get the replay from the other class, Terry, please send me a message and let me know directly, not to the group, to the Real Love Nation group. Send it to me directly so I can get that out to you right away. All right. Because I want to make sure you got the replays from our relationship autopsy class. All right. Yes, Iris, we got to die to our preferences. All right. I talked to one of my brothers. He always dates the same type of woman. All right. Same type of woman. Iris, interestingly, ironically, he loves women that look like you, Iris. He loves women that look like you. Fair skin, long, beautiful hair, gorgeous eyes, and all of that. And he loves women who are curvy women. He doesn't like thin women at all. He loves the women that's curvy, talking about thick thighs save lives, Dr. G. I'm like, bruh, you need to die to all of that. All of that is fleshly. Everything. Iris said, what's his name? What's his name, Dr. G? What? Oh my God. What? I have my notes right here. What's his name? Praise the Lord. What? Is he saved? Yeah, he's saved. He's saved. Hey, Mary Louise. Blessings to you, Queen. Good to see you. All right. But listen, family, the reality is a lot of us, we just need to die to our preferences. All right. I told him straight out, I said, bro, let me help you. Man, the last 3 women that you've dated over the last, what, ever since you got connected to me all the way back in 2018, the last 3 women you dated were the same woman. Different name, different face, different time, different place, but it was the same woman. She's saved, she's in the church, and she holds a position, but she's still carnal. And so that caused you to get caught up in some carnal activities. And before you know it, you were distracted. And now, how can you find your purpose partner if now this woman has become a sex partner? Let me help y'all up in here today. Every day that you spend with a person who's not connected to your purpose delays the arrival of your purpose partner. A lot of us are just wasting time with people you know they don't fit the description. They do not fit the description of your destiny. Why in the world are you wasting time with her? I know she's fine. Man, Pastor G, but man, she's so nice. She's so sweet. She's nice and she's sweet. That's wonderful. But you keep having sex with her. She's a sex partner. She is not your purpose partner. You already know she's not your purpose partner. She already told you she's still involved with her ex. And you still keep entertaining her for sex. You're wasting time, bruh. Ladies, let me bless y'all with this. Gentlemen, let me bless y'all with this. Somebody write this down. Write this down in your journal. Write it down in your notes. Whoever you give your body to, their spirits come to live in you. My dear friend, Mary Louise, she had an awesome post that she posted today. Okay, Mary, I'll drop that love nugget. I'll drop a little bit. Y'all got to come to the class to get it all, but I'll drop a little piece of it about how to die to our preferences. I'll drop a little piece of it right here. Let me say this first. Mary Louise, she posted a really good post today regarding soul ties. Make sure you give Mary Louise a strong follow because she posts some really, really, really awesome stuff regarding relationships. So make sure you give Mary Louise a strong follow. But she posted something awesome today regarding soul ties. Mary, I didn't get to read it all because I got distracted. Boom. While I was trying to read through your post, I got a phone call and I didn't get to read the whole thing. But I know it's awesome because you always produce great content. Here's the bottom line, family. Soul ties are real. And what you have to understand is because of how God designed us as spirit beings. And so when you connect with somebody sexually, it is not just physical gratification. It's not just, oh, I just needed to get some. I ain't had none in a long time. I just needed to get some. No, it's not just physical gratification. You can think that it is, but there are consequences to every one of our actions, good and bad consequences. The bad consequence of having sex with somebody who is not your mate, guess what happens? Every single spirit that's been connected to them now comes and it's connected to you. And ladies, this is really dangerous for you because ladies, God designed you as receivers. So when a man comes into you, he leaves his DNA on you. He leaves his DNA in you. My God in heaven. And so this is why it becomes difficult, especially if the sexual experience was good. This is why it becomes so difficult that long after he's gone, that you still think about him because a part of him, he left it with you. He left a deposit with you. And it wasn't just a great orgasmic experience. No, he left a part of his soul and all the spirits that were connected to him. He left all of that with you too. He was connected to a woman who had anger issues. He was connected to another woman who's a habitual liar. He was connected to another woman who's narcissistic. So now all of those spirits that were in him, when you connected with him sexually, all of those spirits came and infiltrated you. And all of that has now left a part of that has left literally a DNA imprint on you. This is why, Talena, it makes it extremely difficult now to detox from that person so that you can have your mind renewed for a new person. All right. This is why it makes it very difficult. Listen, let me confess my mess. This is going to help somebody. Oh, there's my sister, Dr. Natasha, in the building. Blessings to you, Dr. Natasha. Listen, let me share this with you. Let me confess my mess. This is going to help somebody else. And brothers, I want this to be a blessing to you. Brothers, I need you to understand that oftentimes we think that women are wired emotionally and men can just detach and we good and you just hit it and quit it and keep it moving. Nah, bro. A lot of men are better at suppressing their emotions, but you don't get to escape because guess what? You can go from woman to woman to woman, but then when you find out the real one, when you come in contact with a true virtuous woman, somebody you really want to pursue, only then does everything that you've been dealing with and all the places where you've been going, only then does that stuff begin to rise up. All these bad things and these bad spirits and these deposits that you've been making, those DNAs have now become a part of you, and that begins to come to the surface. And then you start finding out some things about yourself that you've been suppressing, that you've been hiding, and you can keep it hidden only until you invest yourself into a real relationship. And that's when you find out, oh, you struggle with some insecurity issues too. No, it wasn't her, it was you. Those were your insecurities too, because you remember that you dealt with some abandonment in your childhood. And now all of those feelings that you suppressed for years, it starts coming up to the surface like a volcano and it starts rising up. And it doesn't start happening until you get in a real relationship with a true woman of God who's going to hold you to a certain standard. And she's not going to compromise with you. And then, boom, you have a collision of soul and spirit. And now you've got to either take a stand to be a true man of God, or you're going to decide that you're going to still be like that same dog. Why must I feel like that? Why must I chase the cat? Nothing but the dog in me. You're going to have to make a decision at this moment, because either you're going to roll with this woman who's a part of your destiny, or you're going to roll with the women that have always been a part of your soul ties and toxic attachments. Women who were awesome and attractive, but now you're learning that those attractions have become destiny distractions. Let's talk about how to die to the preferences, how we die to our soulish preferences. Well, I'm going to pause on that. Let me do this really quick. Boom. Listen, if anything that I've shared with you so far, if you think that it's been beneficial to you, listen, we ain't even scratching the surface. We're not even scratching the surface of what we're going to be teaching for the next 2 days, coming this Saturday, this Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, in our awesome class. Boom, you see it right there at the bottom of the screen. What's stopping you from loving again? All right. Listen, today is the last day, y'all. Today is the last day that is only $57. Tomorrow's price is not today's price. Tomorrow's price will be $97. So you better catch this early bird right now. Miss Kanisha, I know I need to see you up in there, my beautiful sister. Hamburger. Some of y'all playing games up in here. Some of y'all playing games. Nothing will change in your life until you start making changes. Nothing will change in your life until you start investing in yourself to become better. All right? I know, let me confess my mess. I know I don't have the discipline to get to where I really want to be with my physical fitness. I don't have enough discipline. I have the discipline to do certain things, but I don't have the discipline to be up in there every day and doing the ropes and hitting the weight. So I hired a coach. I need help. I can't do it all on my own. I wish I had that discipline. I wish I had Kobe's mindset, the Mamba mentality. I just don't have it. Some of us are just built for different things. I have a different level of spiritual discipline than most men, where I've been blessed living right here in Atlanta and abstaining from sex, just not involving myself in certain places, not going out in certain places. And trust me, I do get invitations, a lot, private invitations and social events. All right. From women who make it known, hey, You ain't got to be by yourself. We can snuggle together. I'm good, baby. I got to stay on this holy train. I got to stay pure because I'm believing God for my purpose partner. I've had enough sex partners. I'm believing God for my purpose partner. I only need one woman that we can build together and do ministry together. Oh yeah, these sisters are bold out here, Ariel. They ain't no joke. They ain't no joke. All right. Listen, so this class is going to be life-changing. Yeah, that's snuggling and cuddling will get you in trouble, baby. Let me trust and believe. All right, so this class is going to be life-changing. Again, tomorrow, boom, prices change, go up to $97. Today is the last day, it'll be $57. Boom, you can register right now. Boom, go to Cash App or go to Venmo. If you don't have Cash App or Venmo, shoot me an inbox message. I will help you get signed up where you can jump in this class today. All right, register for it today. Again, the class is this coming Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, and Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Boom, what's stopping you from loving again? All right. Now, let me give you this last love nugget, and then I gotta go because I got work to do. Let me give you this last love nugget. How do we die to our preferences? So we die to our preferences. There are 3 simple things to do to die to your preferences that is robbing you from connecting with your purpose partner. All right. Our preferences from the past. If you find that you keep dating the same person over and over and over again, the same type of man, ladies, the same type of woman, you keep dating that person, that's because your preferences are rooted in your soul. Again, your mind, your will, and your emotions. So you keep dating the same person because that's all your soul knows. You're drawn to what's familiar to you. And the soul craves familiarity. That's why it's so easy to fall and get connected or get entangled with familiar spirits. All right. Transference of spirits are real. Even you associating and hanging out with certain people. Boom, transference of spirits. Ladies, y'all can hang out with some of your girlfriends. When you know your girlfriends are sleeping with men and sleeping with married men, ladies, you can't be kicking it with her like that. Transference of spirits. Brothers, you know you can't be kicking it with dudes who you know are sleeping with multiple women or dudes who's sleeping with another man's wife. Bruh, transference of spirits. The scripture says that evil communications or evil associations, close friendships, corrupts good manners. What's in them, what's on them will inevitably transfer onto you. Do not get it twisted. I know you think you're strong and anointed. Trust me, trust me. What's on them will get on you too. All right? Don't you listen. I don't hang out with none of these brothers. And I, like we're cool, right? We're associates, part of the same networks. I don't hang out with none of these brothers. And I know they slipping and dipping and they got all these women in different area codes, and especially men who sleep with married women. I don't have lunch with them. We can't go have wings together, nuggets together. I'm not better than you. I'm not being self-righteous. It's just that I don't want what's on you to get on me. All right, let's take it to the streets. You know that if this person did dirt in that bad neighborhood over there, and that's a neighborhood that you hang out in, guess what? You ain't ever gonna go in that neighborhood with this person, because if they get shot at, you gonna get shot at, right? So you don't associate. You want to break all associations with that person. All right? I don't know why we can't get this spiritually. You know it if you know anything about them streets. You know, no, I can't hang out with homeboy. No, I can't hang out with a homegirl because she did dirt. And you don't want to be associated with that. All right? So how do I break free from the preferences? Number 1, I've got to make sure that I reevaluate and look at my decisions. Boom. Write down what are the top 3 things, or maybe the top 5 things. I just want you to write 3 and keep it simple. What are the top 3 things that attract me in a relationship, that makes me fall in love? What are the top 3 things that draw my attention easily and makes me want to start giving time to that type of person? All right. Whether it's looks, whether it's a certain mindset, certain kind of swag, whatever. If it's money, if it's influence, whatever, popularity, any of those things. Ask yourself that question and do an honest assessment. All right. That's number one. Number two, nothing changes until you change. And this is the most important factor. You've got to change. Have you written a vision for yourself yet? Two visions that you have to have. Forget the business, forget the ministry. Two visions that you absolutely must have. Every single person who is a believer. You got to have a vision for your personal development, and you have to have a vision for love. If your desire is to be in a relationship, you got to have a vision for that. Where there is no vision, the people cast off restraint. There will be no set boundaries if you don't have a clear vision. So you're subject to take anything if you don't have a clear vision about what you will not accept, what you will not compromise on, that you are going to set boundaries, right? The boundaries that I have, very simple. I have a standard, and I'm not going to bend and compromise those standards for nobody. I don't have a laundry list. There's just certain things. Love nugget number one, respect for me. How a woman talks to me, how she interacts with me, and how I see her engaging and communicating with others. That's very important to me. If I see she's mean-spirited and I see she uses profanity in talking to other people, eventually she's going to talk like that to me. Ladies and gentlemen, please don't get it twisted. How you see them communicating with others, how you see them communicating with the least of these, like the waiter or the cashier or the Uber driver or whatever, how you see them communicate with the least of these is how they will ultimately communicate with you. Do not get it twisted. I love sweet women. I love kind-hearted women. If you're not kind-hearted and your communication is off and you use profanity when you're talking, I'm good. I'm praying for you because I don't flow like that. So I don't want to be connected to a woman like that because ultimately she's going to talk to me like that. And respect is essential for me. All right. So how do we die to our preference? The last love nugget I'm going to give you is this. Make sure that you are disconnected, unplugged from every person from your past. You can't have tons of pictures with your exes in your phone. You can't have pictures of them. You can't have a whole bunch of trinkets, the teddy bear that he won for you at the fair, and that big old beautiful heart that he got for you on Valentine's Day, and boom, that little tennis bracelet or that little tennis anklet that you be wearing all the time that he bought for you. You can't have that stuff. Have all those little trinkets and have all that stuff connected to you, and then you find yourself, you want to have a different kind of experience? No, you're still connected to all the things of your past. And so that's why you keep dating the same type of people that are a part of your past. There's nothing that's going to change for you until first something changes within you. I'm going to say that again. There's nothing that's going to change for you until something significant changes within you. We're first inner and then we're outer as human beings. So the inward change must take place if the outer change is going to take place. All right. All right. Arlene, you coming? Arlene, you know I want to see you, woman of God. Kanisha, I know you're coming. Ariel, are you coming? Lisa, I know you already registered. I know my girl, Mary Louise, I know you're coming. Come on, y'all. $57 hamburger. That's lunch or dinner somewhere between you and somebody else, you and a friend, not including the tip. Come on, I know the holiday season has just come by and it's like, oh, Pastor G, I'm counting my dollars because, the holidays just went by. Listen, invest in yourself. You do not want to miss. You always want to start the new year off moving in a direction based on how you want your new year to evolve and where you want to grow and where you want to be, right? So you want to make the shift now. I made some significant investments. If you just look at money-wise, it's like, oh, Lord, this is a big leap of faith. Listen, I know where I want to go. I know where I want to be. So it's worth my investment to do what I'm doing, classes that I'm taking. All right? All right, I got you, Ariel. Arlene, you are a jewel. Yes, you can sponsor someone. Yes, you can. And if you want to do that, Miss Ariel, since you're being so kind in doing that, I will. Um, I will select somebody for you, somebody who I know wants to come to the class and have already messaged me and says, Dr. G, I want to come, but I can't afford it. Um, and this particular lady is a single mom. So Arlene, if you sponsor somebody, I will do that. And woman of God, I just speak blessings over your life in Jesus' name. Um, May the Lord return your seed, return your blessing back to you 100-fold in Jesus' name. And yeah, and this particular lady, in fact, I spoke to her earlier this afternoon. She's a single mom, um, an awesome, awesome woman of God. Um, and I know she would want to come, but just doesn't have it. So yeah, if you do that, Miss Arlene, I will choose her. So Arlene, you can go to Cash App or Venmo. It's right there at the bottom of the screen. You can go to Cash App at $ I am G Hightower. That's $ I am G Hightower. Or you can go to Venmo, which is GTH Global, the number 7. All right. Family, this class is going to be life changing. I got an awesome married couple that's going to come and share their story and give us some practical steps that we all need to take. Listen, I'm going to be taking notes. All right. None of us have all the answers, even though you may have achieved a high level of proficiency at your position, your profession, which I have. I've been blessed to. But guess what? I mean, I know several places that I can go around the country, maybe even around the world, where I would be deemed one of the top notch professionals in the room, but none of us knows everything. I love learning. I am a forever learner. I'm a huge sponge. Amen. I'm taking some classes now because I want to go to the next level in everything that I'm doing. Amen. So Arlene, blessings to you, Queen. Thank you so much. God bless you. And I will be able to bless this young lady and let somebody know that somebody sowed for her. I have a huge heart for women who are single moms, working hard, got a business on the side, going back to school, doing everything they know how to do, and just making it happen. Um, and then I have a huge heart for single dads too. My sister and I, we were raised by a single father. Shout out to all single dads. Amen. Shout out to all single dads raised by a single father. And that man was my hero. God rest his soul. He was my hero. So, listen, thank you all for coming in. If you just came in and then within the last few minutes, go back and listen to the replay so you can pick up some great love nuggets. I'm only going to keep this broadcast up for about an hour or two, and then I'm going to take it down. So, by all means, go ahead and check out the replay and grab all the love nuggets you can. Because I'm only going to keep it up about an hour or two, and then I'm going to take it down. All right. So, stay blessed. Again, the class that we have this coming Saturday, What's Stopping You from Loving Again? It's a 2-part class, y'all. But today is the last day that you can register for only $57. $57? What? Come on, y'all. You know you can't get that nowhere. From not one, but 3 professionals? Psh, listen, if your ultimate goal is to be married, if your ultimate goal is to have a purpose partner, your soulmate, you need to listen. Make whatever sacrifices you can. Make whatever sacrifices you can and get in this class. All right. Boom. This will be all the way up until 11:59 tonight. All right. All the way to 11:59 tonight. $57. Tomorrow we'll be going up to 97. All right. Love you. Abundant blessings to you. Mm. We'll see you later by God's grace. All right, family. God bless you.